Welcome, everyone. Today, we're going to talk about something really chilling. A story where a hit TV show and a terrifying real-life mystery completely overlap. We're talking about the unsolved mandala murders of Haripur.
All right, let me ask you something right off the bat. Imagine you were offered a gift, something that could give you anything you've ever wanted. Wealth, love, maybe even cheating death itself. But there's a catch, a terrible price that could cost you everything you care about. So would you take it? Really think about it.
Well, that exact question is right at the heart of the Netflix series Mandala Murders. But here's where it gets really interesting. What's so fascinating is how that show echoes a genuinely disturbing true story that happened in a village called Haripur back in 1980.
So that brings us to our first section. Was this mysterious power a gift, or was it something much, much darker?
Okay, so just look at the parallels here. It's actually kind of spooky how closely the show mirrors what really happened. In Mandala Murders, you've got this machine that grants wishes, but it costs you a thumb. And this leads to these patterned murders with a mandala symbol. Now, look at the true story from Haripur. There's some mysterious power that grants a wish for a thumb. And what follows? Bizarre, patterned murders where every victim has this strange, evil-looking symbol on them. The similarities are just, wow, they're uncanny.
And this is where our real-life story really kicks off. So let's go back in time and step into this forest to uncover its terrible, terrible secret.
So, picture this. It's 1980, in the village of Haripur. It's a new moon night, which means it's pitch black, the darkest it can be, and a local woodcutter, a guy named Jagdish, decides to head deep into the forest.
As he gets further in, things start to get weird. First, he smells this strange burning odor. Then comes that feeling, you know? The one where the hairs on your neck stand up because you feel like you're being followed. All of a sudden, poof, a thick cloud of black smoke just erupts out of nowhere. And through the haze, he sees her, a woman dressed in a black sari. He can't see her face, it's covered by her hair, but he can see her eyes, and they are glowing bright red. And then, just like that, she's gone, vanished back into the smoke. But when the smoke finally clears, Jagdish finds something horrifying. It's a body, and not just any body. It's a local industrialist, a man named Vishnu.
And the state of the body was, well, it was grotesque. This wasn't a simple murder, it was clearly ritualistic. The man's torso was just gone. His head, arms, and legs had been stitched back together. And carved right onto his forehead was this circular, evil-looking symbol. But the final, crucial detail? His right thumb was missing.
Naturally, the police get involved, which brings us to the next part of our story, trying to figure out the secret of this evil symbol.
The case lands on the desk of an Inspector Ravi, and he realizes pretty quickly this isn't the first time he's seen something like this. In fact, it's the second murder in just 2 months, and it's almost identical to the first.
So a really disturbing pattern starts to take shape. You can see it right here. Victim number 1, Neeraj Sahu, and victim number 2, Vishnu. Both murdered on a new moon? Check. Both missing their right thumb? Check. And both with that same strange symbol carved on their forehead? Check. Inspector Ravi knew right away this was something else entirely. This wasn't just a murder, it was something way, way more sinister.
So the investigation presses on, and then the next new moon rolls around, and that's when this case takes an absolutely terrifying turn. This next part is all about the doctor's dark truth. So we have a local doctor, Dr. Ajay. He's coming home late one night. The house is quiet, too quiet, it's dark. He calls out for his wife, but nothing, just silence. And then he sees her, the same woman from the forest, the one with the red eyes, and she's standing right there, inside his house.
She disappears in a flash. Then he hears his baby crying from the bedroom. He runs in, probably fearing the worst, and that's when he finds it. Underneath the bed, it's his wife's body, and she's been mutilated in the exact same horrific way as the others.
So, when the police are questioning him, the doctor, completely broken, he confesses this terrible secret. It changes everything. See, it all started because they were desperate for a child. His wife heard about this rumored cave in the forest, a place where women practice some kind of magic. So she went there. The price for her wish? She came back home, but her right thumb was gone. And yeah, soon after she got pregnant, but she wasn't the same. Her personality just flipped. She became cold, distant. He said it was almost like she was possessed by something.
Okay, so with this absolutely chilling story, Inspector Ravi knows what he has to do. He can't just sit back. He decides he's going to confront whatever is at the source of all this. He's heading into the witch's cave.
Ravi doesn't go alone. He takes a constable with him. And as soon as they step into the forest, you can just feel the air change. It gets heavy, hostile. And then Ravi sees them, the ghostly figures of all three victims. They're just floating towards him, pale, with these black holes where their eyes should be. But here's the kicker. His constable, who's right next to him, sees absolutely nothing.
The ghosts disappear. Ravi, seeing how freaked out his constable is, tells him to go back and get backup. So now he's alone. And that's when he starts to hear it. Women's voices, whispering his name, just sort of calling to him, pulling him deeper into the forest. He follows the sound, and it leads him right to the mouth of the hidden cave the doctor told him about.
He takes a breath and steps inside. The whole place is filled with this black, hazy smoke. And through it, he finally sees her. He's face to face with the thing they've all been talking about, the woman in the black sari, face hidden, red eyes glowing in the dark. And he just keeps walking, deeper into the haze, towards her and whatever's waiting for him.
And that was the last time anyone ever saw Inspector Ravi alive. Which brings us to the final, haunting chapter of this story, the unsolved legend.
By the time the backup team arrived, it was far too late. They found Inspector Ravi's body, not in the cave, but out in the middle of the forest. And the pattern? It was complete. The same gruesome ritual. His torso was missing, his limbs stitched together, that evil symbol carved on his forehead, and yes, his right thumb was gone.
The case was officially closed, unsolved. With no other explanation, what else could the people of Haripur believe? The forest was cursed. It was the home of a Dayan, a powerful witch who demanded sacrifices. That fear became a real, tangible thing in the village. They completely abandoned the forest. And they say, even to this day, people only whisper about it. Nobody ever goes in. And so the legend just lives on, now brought to a global audience in this Netflix show. But it still leaves us with that big question, doesn't it? What was really going on with the Mandala murders? Was it just an incredibly clever serial killer using local superstition to cover their tracks? Or was there something truly supernatural at work here? A real force of evil, a witch awakened in that forest? You can go watch the show for a fictional answer. But the true, terrifying mystery of Haripur, well, that remains unsolved.